Hey everybody, welcome to this quick start guide on the JamMan. This is for Flute Harvest and it's just a quick start guide, so I'm not covering everything. I just want to get you enough information so you can use this loop pedal, which we'll have available for you all to use. First of all, obviously make sure that it's plugged in, make sure the power is plugged in and plugged into the wall. This is the output and this is going to a speaker so you can hear what you're doing. You could also put in headphones. This is the mic input. I've got a dynamic microphone. We might have a condenser microphone, which will be more sensitive. If you have a dynamic mic like this connected, you want to really crank up this mic level knob. So this is your recording level over here, and I've got it really cranked up. I can hear it coming out of the speaker, but you want to make sure that's pretty cranked up. Instrument level we're not using right now. Loop level is the level of what is recorded into the JamMan. If I press this play pedal over here, I can hear a loop that I've pre-recorded. So I've input some information in many of these slots, and if you want, you can scroll through. There's 99 places where you can put things, and I want to show you, point your attention to this little, it says loop right here. And when I reach a point where there's something recorded, like 61, the loop light comes on. That means there's something in there. If I go to 60, the loop light is off, means there's nothing there. So if I press that, there's nothing, which means I can record from scratch. But right now, I think we're going to just use loops that are already in there. So let's go to 61, and I can play. If I press the pedal once, it plays. If I press it again, it does this. It does overdub. And I want you to watch this light over here. It's an orange or yellow light that comes on. I'm going to press this. So what happens when I press overdub and the overdub light comes on? It means I can now record something, and that will record into the unit and it will loop. So let's do that right now. I've got my A flute here. I believe this is an A loop. Most of these loops will go with your A flute. So let's try that. Let's first press it once to start it, and then I'll press it again. The overdub light will come on, and then I know this is hot, it's ready, it's recording. And then I'm going to press the overdub pedal again to stop recording. So I can undo that. If I'm not happy with that, the last thing I recorded, I can hold this down and it will just undo it. And you'll watch it blink and it'll disappear. So remember, to undo the last thing you recorded, you have to hold it for a few seconds, about 5 seconds. If you just press it, it's going to toggle between recording and playback. So let's record something else. Now I can stop it over here, and if I start it again, it's still in there. It also pauses it so it doesn't start from the very beginning. If I want to hear more of a click, I can use this knob to turn up the rhythm level, and that will give me more of a click I can play with. and this click is in the form of a tambourine sound. There are ways to change the click sound, but this is not recorded. This is just a click that helps me play along in rhythm, and I can control this with this knob. I can turn it way up, or I can turn it down. So remember, loop level is the level of the stuff you record or the stuff that's pre-recorded, and the rhythm level is just a click. And those two are independent. So if I want to record another thing on top of what I already have, I just listen to it, put it on play, and then I'm going to hit overdub again. And that'll give me another layer I can record. So I'm basically just adding and adding, and I can add as many loops as I want on top of this. So let's say I've recorded that and now I just want to do a solo over it. I can play over this. As long as the overdub is off, it's not going to record. And if I want to undo the last thing I did, I just hold this. If I want to undo all of the things I recorded, I can hold this one. And it will stop it, then it will clear it. So now I'm back to the basic loop. Let's listen to another one. So that's a similar sound. So of course you can record anything into the microphone, including voice, percussion, flutes, other instruments that we'll have at Flute Harvest. This will get you started. Just remember, the only way you can lose what's in here is if you press the hold clear pedal and hold it, or you switch to another number. As soon as you switch away from where you were, it's going to erase what was in there. So if I go back to 63 right now, everything I had in there is gone. So keep that in mind if you're going to scroll through, and as soon as you touch this button up here and you start scrolling, it's going to lose what you have. If you want to save something, ask us how to do that, and we'll show you how to do that. But this is a way you can just enjoy the JamMan, go through it, and find anything that has a light next to the loop sign. Like here's 43, that has something. That's just some puili sticks. All right, so some of these are just rhythms, some of them have chords, some of them have other things. 1 through 10 are factory loops. So pretty funky. They are longer loops, and I think for the most part these work with an A flute, but some of them may not. You just have to kind of check those out. All right, so that's, again, the JamMan. That was the brief introduction of how to use this. There's more features to it, but that should get you started having fun jamming along with your own jam tracks.